Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video I'm gonna be taking you along through the garden to do some major cleaning up. It's very necessary. I have a bunch of weeds all over the place. My tomatoes need to be pruned again, and then my pumpkins over here I will show you in a second. Something's going on with them, but so yeah, I need to take a bunch of these plants out because I think they are diseased and they are killing each other. So that's what we're gonna do, and then maybe we'll do some harvesting as well. So let's go ahead, jump right into it. So I'm actually gonna start right over here. As you can see, I have a bunch of these plants that are just dying all of a sudden. This one, for example, this runner was doing great, and then I came out here 3 days ago, it was fine, and now this is what it's looking like. So I am going to harvest the pumpkins off of this, and I'm gonna just take the vine out. Same over there. You can see there's a pumpkin right there. There was a vine going to it. It's so diseased that it's already like falling apart and like just not good. I have one that's going over there that's dead. So yeah, I'm just gonna harvest whatever's on those plants. And just pull up the vine in hopes that the disease, I think it's a disease, won't spread to other plants. Then I have some tiny weeding jobs to do all throughout. The main weeding I have to do is actually here under my tomatoes, because I did a succession planting of green beans. That's just starting to come up. Right here, these are green beans, right there. So here's a line, there's a line that I planted, then over there is a line here, and then along the drip tip here. But so I have to just go around and pull out the weeds that are in between, so that there is no competition for my green beans. My apologies for the neighbor's dog barking. Then yeah, through here there's just like some tiny weeds, but I just want to stay on top of it so it doesn't become a huge job. And then here I have some green beans as well that I planted there, and then along here I planted a bunch of green beans as well, but they are not coming up. I don't know why. But so yeah, just want to make sure I stay on top of those weeds here as well. Just go through, pull a bunch of weeds, and then I think I'm gonna be doing some cleanup on these zucchini as well, because as you can see, there's just way too much. And then my mom told me I had a few giant zucchini, and I am just seeing them, you guys. Look at this monster. This is my hand. Yeah, so let that one go too far. Oops. And over here I'm seeing another one. Yeah, let that one go too far for sure as well. Yeah. I'm gonna be harvesting those, but so also cleaning up the plants so I can actually see whenever there are zucchini that need harvesting. So yeah, this plant's gonna get some cleanup as well. And then I think I might pull up the cucumbers because we're not eating them anyway. So yeah, that's that. Let's go and get started on that already. Alright you guys, it is now the next day already. I got sidetracked yesterday and I didn't get really far. I just did a little bit of the pumpkins, but not much at all. With that, I also did not harvest my zucchini. So that's the first thing I'm doing today, is harvesting those 2 huge zucchinis, because they have to get out of the ground. They are so big, and every day that I leave them they get bigger. And yeah, with zucchini, if they are too big you actually cannot eat them, so, or you have to peel them and you have to take the seeds out, and it's a whole thing. So I'm gonna harvest them now, and I'm gonna hope that they are still good for eating. Otherwise they will just be used in like spaghetti sauce or something. Alright, let's go. And let's get these off. here we are. So in here is my I'm not sure, yeah, my huge zucchini. One is there, the other one is there, and I can see that next to the one there over on the left, there's another one that needs harvesting right now. So let's go and do that right away and take care of that. Alright, here are my zucchini. As you can see, this is a pumpkin. It's a pretty good sized pumpkin. Like, for reference, my hand. These are the zucchini, so they are huge, like absolutely massive. So we'll have to see if we can still eat these just like that, or if I have to use them in a sauce, which is actually fine. So I think what I'm gonna do now first, just to make sure it's done, is harvest everything in the garden, and then once that's done, I will go around and do the maintenance. Alright, you guys, I'm just going through harvesting a bunch of things. So I harvested the rest of the zucchini that were ready. I harvested some of the corn because it's starting to get like this weird color, and I'm not sure how long you can leave it after it starts going brown. But anyway, I just turned around and this is what I see. Look at our tree. Now, I'm not sure if you can see right away, but I have one of my pumpkin plants. It's starting down there, growing up, all the way up to the top of the tree. So I'm gonna try to take this out because I don't think it's very good for our tree to be carrying this weight. But I thought it was quite funny. I left it a few days and it just went up. So yeah, I'm gonna try to untangle this pumpkin mess. Let's go. Oh my goodness. So I just put the pumpkin on the ground. I walk over to my broccolini that I have going to seed currently, and this is what I see. Now this is disgusting. Do you see all of those white spots? Oh, it doesn't want to focus right now, but you can see this one. Those are aphids. That's disgusting. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this plant up right away, and it's going to the chickens right now. This is disgusting. Okay, yeah, before I do anything else, I want this out of my garden. Oh, disgusting. Okay. Alright, they can go to town on all those disgusting aphids. It's out of my garden now, because I don't want all of my other plants to get infested with them. That was disgusting. Okay, next up are the tomatoes. My base tomatoes are finally starting to color up. I have just been harvesting them and throwing them in the freezer so that I can make one big batch of sauce from them once I have everything harvested, because I'm only harvesting like 5-6 at a time, and I don't want to be making sauce every time I harvest. So yeah, and then a bunch of cherry tomatoes again, as usual. Alright, I got quite the haul. This is what I got from the main garden. These are some spicy peppers. Now I had a branch of my jalapeno break. So yeah, usually I like to leave all my peppers until they are fully colored up. But since the branch broke, I have a bunch of green ones here. Then the Turkish snakes. Then over here I have all the sweet peppers, a bunch of snack bell peppers, normal red ones, the mini chocolate bell, the yellow one down here. Then of course my zucchini, I had 3. I harvested 3 ears of corn, and then a bunch of base tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. And then I had a few things that were on the ground. So I am going to compost those. And then I had 1 tomato with blossom end rot. So I'm gonna toss this onto the compost as well. But I'm gonna fertilize my tomatoes in hopes to avoid this with the other ones. And then I had 1 zucchini that something ate on. So those are all for the compost. Now the last thing that I have to do is harvest my tomatoes in the greenhouse, in the hoop thing, hoop tunnel situation. And then my pumpkins, I decided I'm going to leave for now. Whatever's on the vines that is not dead can stay on the vine. So yeah, last things to harvest for today are the tomatoes in the greenhouse. Let's see what they have for us today. Alright, I can see that there's a bunch of things that are starting to get ready but are just not quite there. Oh, look what I'm seeing. This is broken. So I don't know. I will have to see if this plant's gonna do anything else. Those yellow ones are ready. Down there I have a bunch ready. I think these ones I'm gonna harvest as well. And then I have some paste tomatoes over here that are good as well. So I'm gonna harvest those and then I'll show you what I got. Alright, that was more than I expected. I completely filled up my basket. So yeah, there's tomatoes all the way down there. A bunch of them. Now there are a few like this one that still have some green spots. So I'm just gonna lay them out on the counter and let them ripen inside. But I just saw that there were a few that split. This one I'm actually gonna give to the chickens as well. If they split and it didn't heal over, then there's a possibility that there's like a bunch of bugs inside here. This as well. So I am gonna give this to the chickens, but most of them are actually fine, so that's good. And the chickens will enjoy. There we go. They will enjoy that. With that, I think I am done harvesting. Finally, so I can start doing maintenance now in the garden. Everything that needed harvesting is harvested except for the raspberries, but I'm not gonna do those right now. So yeah, now it's time for some maintenance. I'm gonna continue on the pumpkins, cut off those dead leaves, groom the zucchini. I already weeded around my green beans, so those are fine. And then I think that's it. And then I have to prune my tomatoes in the hoop tunnel because I saw a bunch of suckers on there again. And then I think I'm done with the main garden. So let's go and get this done. Alright, I did some major cleanup on these zucchini and cucumbers. And I think I'm going to call it quits at that today because I am tired. This was a lot of work. I think it's pretty clear what the before and after is. I will just show you what I did. This is a good example over here. So basically what I did is I cut off all the leaves and like dead stems all the way up to the point where the plant is still making new flowers. And I did that for all the zucchini, so there are still a bunch of leaves on there so that there's enough chance for the plant to get light, to obviously photosynthesize and make some zucchini. But now the plants don't have to put as much energy into the leaves that aren't doing anything. So I did that for all of the plants, including my Pedersen. This is like a zucchini squash hybrid situation. And then, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to tell the difference right away, but I pulled up all the cucumbers and I cleaned up the climbing zucchini as well because this was a big mess too. So same thing, cut off all the leaves up until the point where there are new flowers. And these are the cucumbers that still came off the plant. They were still on the vine. Those are going to the chickens. So yeah. That is it for what I'm going to be doing today. I hope you enjoyed watching and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye guys!